Nsem-Pii TV nie.
Vincent Eko Asefua Eyemra Shebedwani Edema Amanfo a Ebutu Old Tafo Ewa Santemantem. Na wadi Nsem-Pii abegu ho wane Kwame Nkrumah kese o OKFM Nsem-Pii TV ne nsem no yetimu atwebi ego maso a yerebi eba abesomo. Yengina yenim se MPP amayeko no atimu abi nomination form so a menoka sei womakru so a candidate a womopese mutu franka edema MPP amayeko nyina atimu afali omo forms na se wobehwa MPC a ejiwo MPP amayeko no dim no je we ya wosemeko ha we ya woseme ho na ne Vincent Eko Asefua esoso atimu akyere bia wono ubetimi ana nipa ana candidate ya ubetimi asopoto no wasre Ghana for say womo ento abamano na wakyere candidate ya wono sopoto no say sa nipa no ene nam no so a wotim ebeye politician ewo man konkon Ghana ha enne woye MP agusua enya feyi na Nsem-Pii TV ye ba beto a ma me fonko abra Vincent Eko Asefua wone Kwame Nkrumah kese ewo OKFM edison Nsem we ego ho na wasan akansem bi ede akyere Greater Accra Regional Minister Madam Linda Akweli ewo Nsem-Pii a wo champion ewo Ghana ha say yensisa akwaba MTN for advertiser ewo Kotoka International Airport na yefa enkredinye yenko TV mra yeba yebeto Tafo so
ye mami Mr. say mo party edodo na kofa forms wo ma present say mukwa muntu aba ema wo mo na wo mo megina say flag bearer nipa epeso tu frank amama nko no na wo no wugina he
akamai na Kwame me no bi a wodi mama no so ma chi bia no be hunu ze we de esa mu de wo sa mi awu ze tse mu ni ba bia me gina time I shall say 2013 2014 ze no TV3 late 90s me ya mu say me na Fatih Abubakar former information minister FSO sitting lady person who opposite corner one of me shall say be a politician minister second lady Koyajuma as the personal assistant right after my interview on late 90s
second lady now you're the personal assistant.
That's true. Wow. From 2014 to 2017. That's my NASPA president. The National Service President, me, me interview, and your friend, me say, Abantiaba, na on the second lady, so I served here from 2014 to 2017 until say, yeah, we need power. And we need the Ministry of Education. We'll share how I'm starting the politics now. It's going to be very difficult to say that I'm not going to support that. It's a belief that I have. I'm part of that family. I believe that they can make a good leader for this country. And so I have no doubt in my mind that Tafo about 90% of us will support Akanaipe.
Now, Mamisa, when Muna and I'm in the video be Honorable Dr Brian Champion. Say necessarily what to salvos against the microphone be on your region. No election be near 2 years. You miss a vote no. You see your previous election and that's current election. In the Akana, it's neither here nor there. And also I can be able to say push retrospect in retrospect. More Casano Mulusu by 7 regions. Afezongo sunu kura osabo se futu region na mutimi wini a futu zongo kwa na mutimi wini the whole Ghana eni ade ade no wono call question say okay say no ade be na asesa say aka na ipe no e adwuma mi say wuti wani we ya neto say if you have any response
so kwame we are me send the voter turnout and the voter direction or Tafo the amount.
You.
So we said Tafo Zongo, one of the cases Mutoma and Disipa.
Oh, I want to meet you. Who's actually me feel about Tanso, but that's now Tafo Zongo. Who do Tafo market one? You love fetch you say Sabo allow you number some cases zone. I want to meet you.
Kwame.
Hey.
Tafo Zongo.
Wow. Okay.
President what you feel.
Wow.
But here President maybe do us. Hey, Tafo. One is a chief one in the because Tafo don't go on my one in so now.
Why you so
what you say?
Yeah.
The voter turnout now. It will tell you and suggest to you that even though we did not win the Zongo, but our vote appreciated in terms of percentage wise. Oh, Tafo Zongo. The argument say I cannot panel. Debatable. But when Muhammad Bawumia says I cannot pass, what he means is that even before we started, there are a group of people or a number of Ghanaians who believe that Bawumia should be president of the Republic of Ghana. It is going to be very difficult as to how many of them and a bit make us say, oh, yes, a sign argument. It is also possible to say, oh, by the time of 4 years in the maybe a few. It is also possible so at the time the Bible to the next 4 years they become to quiet. So those arguments can be made. But largely the basic and also the fundamental of the argument of Dr. Muhammad Bawumia is that in the 2024 elections, the people who believed in him that he will make a good president because of the Juma Oye as vice president, because of the introduction of the mobile money interoperability, something that is your friend is a good initiative as far as your friend is a communication center and concerned, something that we've not even found in a lot of African countries, something that we could not even see in most of the developed countries. So the kind of believer that Ghanaians he believes that is going to be started. It is debatable anyway, but when we say start, it doesn't mean that number now will be there, because as I said, I've already given you some indicators that shows that it is possible that the number can increase or can decrease, because also that but if you do that but maybe I'm not about, but you can see that the basics in terms of the large numbers now will still say okay, they are going to vote for Bawumia because we still believe in him, especially when President Mahama will be contesting again. So it's going to be a different election altogether. But I believe that the people of Ghana will give Dr. Muhammad Bawumia this time a resounding victory. It's not about my Ghana. Kwame, this thing, you don't even need to be told.
Yabaka say Legon now, and young can afford dia. Yabaka say UPS now, and young can afford dia. Anambwa.
No question though. But today as we speak, there is an international airport in Kumasi. Mamano Kukuma International Airport in Kumasi. Mamano Kumasi and a part also fly could do Kumasi. Can we see that the Kumasi airport is Kumasi for there? So she cannot use that route as a regional minister because of Inkankumo. Right? When you see that young to make a casa no more will be my family tini pantamo, that has been the modus operandi of the NDC.
Okay.
So young casa we have the tini pantamo who say Asante for Nasa can for and cat in can for and cat ebia I do for because
you are all Casano, winning what you cool.
And you see his president is called John Mahama and Northern. And yeah, your friend is a airport hall. You're quite from Maraba because they had a Bani Casa. Because the president of the Republic of Ghana, who is an embodiment of the state, the symbol of the state, and you saw no Yanko from Maraba because your president Northern. So these comments coming from a regional minister who is supposed to be seen as an embodiment of the state, the representative of the president, is uncalled for. And I think that as you rightly put it, now is essentially the president of Abano. Some sanctions, or if like some engagement will have to be done. We cannot leave it like that because in Nsem-Pii, young people are also listening. About academic and parliament will Kumasi. And as I said, the back parliament here, no one miss Uncle Bagwin to me, and then be an assessment to me, because parliament never have no consequences with Kumasi. We cannot start on that arena, we cannot start on that platform, and very, very wrong. So the regional minister will make such a comment. As you rightly put it, I do not think that this is something that should be coming from a regional minister, and I think that upon sober reflection, we don't want to say really one can say and say, Namu say, Gamanche, okay, Asante Mem, One, Utumfo, and you could see the brotherly love, the kind of engagement, even though I was not there, but you could see the kind of engagement, you could see that they want to bring about some amount of unity.
But also, the video be a sale, and also say, and Kabayanta, and Greater Accra, and Kayangan, Dangbe, the region. Emma, or Kansan, the then president, and another Kokufa the Kwasi, and you know, 2 minutes, you bet me a Kansadi, and you're mining the side to me. Meanwhile, yeah, what way? Mamma is the memoir, where they are moving Comonova. Canadian Gaman Chabian and what the near Mugi, what the knee Adamalache, what the knee something. Uga Baya, would your open refugee, would the Ken. And I to do so. Media may come, just as some of them can make out. Oh, Baya, King media open, I don't have God being in your own pet. I think Mammy Samuel did Bakubu. Senka, Musu are we a garment. So say, Ufa, what would you want? Where's the Menkano? Where's the Minshaw? Yes, and that God unity. I don't know, foster Samuel.
No, I think that's a fair point. And to make sure there's so much amount of peace. In fact, for all these years, I remember Robert Trankran. Who that CBD Homo Festival and the people who say. I have never ever experienced it. So that means that at the basic level, at the level of traditional authorities, there's a huge problem to the extent that one of the chiefs, Sadi we see Omanjo baby, was making an allegation, said, you see, on only life and Uncomoba Tiki. So the Uncomoba report no. This is the allegation that was made on TV3 yesterday. So that means that if it is anything to go by, there is a huge problem that not even the government alone should be interested. The presidency, a ministry of chieftains in this should be interested. Some amount of investigations will go into it. The Ghana Police Service should also be interested to make sure say, hey, so let's know him make allegations say, I do we see a Nipa Bear and Naya say it will be a cool or he make allegations or no common woman are now area there. We cannot allow these things to fester underground in the region because I get that. Say Masadi and Koswa, you might even end up having a coup d'etat, and I don't think that this is what we want. We want Dramani Mahama to enjoy his presidency 4 years now, or enjoy, so that we can have a stable democracy where it is bringing about some amount of development. Politicians and I say the political actors in there are also making sure so they also make so we have a problem at hand. It's not even just about government. The presidency or if like the government should also be interested in what is happening because this has never happened in the history of this country. See at least many bank crying for the past 15 years. And so, if this is what is going on, we should find a way to be able to debate it.
Back to the year come. Meaning, sir, there were issues we said to Kanokwadina was one. Yen feel, but we later learned to say, some yemen now a gazette. Yes, Shamra, they are 2 me, your quan easy. Won't you mean cassette? The quite a coin Sambo,
absolutely, Kwame. So the entry of the two Kotokano was because it is believed that he died there. Never.
I never tell you.
So the panel war on the panel Belman pen. Now we are a country that believes in honoring our heroes, honoring our brilliant. That means that we have every responsibility to protect it. Remember, across the globe, airline BIA and I said. Any international community behind Accra, they do it Kotoka International Airport. This has become known across the globe. Changing it means that it is going to make it difficult for people to even identify it to take some amount of time. Everybody also associates him or herself with that name. Oh, changing no dear now Kotokano, Sabi or MPP or NDC name. no nti be say yes that kind of politics we ni ko ni din free so kotoka obeye na from dia ma oman no ana yes absolutely so if he did then there's every opportunity to be able to honor him let's leave it if there's anybody that we think is able to be so honor no let's find another monument find a way to be able to name such people after those monuments. I'm sure Ghana believes in honoring people who are heroes, people who have contributed to the development and success of this country, people who toiled with their blood, people who ensured that there was freedom, there was democracy, people who played their role in making sure that Ghana is in the sub-Saharan region. You can clearly see that Ghana, as you say, when it comes to democracy, we are an epitome. And nobody, as far as this sub-Saharan country, can rub shoulders with Ghana in terms of our democracy. And that is the only thing that we have. We should be able to guard it jealously. We should be able to make sure that people who use tribal sentiments and all those things are able to be degenerated into a coup d'etat, so that Ghana's image, as far as democracy would demand, we have to nip it in the bud. And the presidency will have to make sure that the park will have to stop with him. Some of these things won't mean you especially when it is coming from your original minister. And I expect that when the president finally comes down, he will find a way to be able to deal with this matter.
So we back Kumasia KNUST. Now school no so kwan ansana ye be liberty no na ye Prempeh College of Science and Technology anambra
no kre ansana esa ba University of Science and Technology.
And ye dey to back
to Kwame Nkrumah.
No, I mean sama wa bia bi when you say a university no over 60 years and son an indigenous of Asante. So I'm a head of school as vice chancellor.
Absolutely. Kwame, me am matter no to tell you we na minim.
Aha. Eti ya dey rank you give me mwa.
What you say? Eti ni nko yin fo ni fan to tumfo. What you Asante ni ba Asante ni bi ni wo chen tumfo. Ana kwa mo ya Asante ni zo tumfo.
Daddy boy. Ma me samo ba ku bi. Hwe headmaster floor. Wama head institutions senior high school so no we pa cho ko hwe Prempeh College kanenia wo etiemu wo be ko wa asem mu wo mu wo enkofu bia na omu mfiri ho we pa cho Kane regional minister Kobo Yanka wa ya sandini
but
hwe duma obo boy ma oman
yes
e wa shantu region
yes.
Asante for the pega we ya baba yara sports stadium baba yara we fufu mosa
okay we na kwa me Kwame se me Asante
Melinda
ene Dr Bawumia the kind of engagement oni minya the kind of energy papa no sia me if Asante me coincidence no kwati mu say and me no to personal relationship dey be o but you Bawumia na ni ade Bawumia Tafo Bawumia Tafo Bante but he has been told but I'm afraid but he is welcoming everybody in his region. In fact, on no one look at the kind of zongo ebenho or no matter for so long a time without any hesitation, without any problem. And now Tafo hine with the men ka obiaya o zongo for what Tafo any Tafo hine konya asemi Otumfo was the one who made sure say Saturday will be resolved because other kind somewhere 2015 and Kadibi and Kade Batafono. I careful now Batafo.
I wouldn't say Abraham to buy any maybe I see it for you for me.
Yes.
So I meet in the Trambi.
Oh, I see. Kwame no.
Now the guy say you be cancer. Nana can say Obia freedom when you be cancer antisem.
Yes.
Museum.
Yes.
Let me tell you how.
And come the economy any nyan we share said even Asante looking for say to take a course or me amena what me aye Asante what you be said the other regions they say central region what you be we cannot allow this kind of narrative to fester in Greater Accra. Secretary Accra and Cranfordia into no Sebe Casa.
I want to say Cranfordia. Will be a Cassan.
It will be a Cranson Cassan Cranfordia. But it's a cosmopolitan in terms of governance. It's a capital of the state. Into Ubenya will be able to know movie and other languages and whatsoever. And so should be welcomed. I mean, it is going to be very difficult for anybody to say maybe be a wonka hebiano, what that will mean. And they say it is not a capital of a state which is supposed to be administrative. So administrative, that's the rule of my idea, then we should be able to welcome every kind of diverse opinion.
None not may shall be very lexiconic. Na eniema bi wo wa ewo enfante kasamu ewo nkan kasamu ewo asante kasamu yenyina obi afa eyi word be like ayeko
yes
yeah uba wa ayeko aha
what you say yaye
yes ani ejiso e kwa na meti say nkan afo kasa me pa cho wo mu doku ye dibi but ye fe nkan doku.
Yes.
Because I
no, Fanta 4 days of Fanta document.
And Fanta document, yes, specify a deal. What you say? I did be a wa, and you be there, as and the free of our concert. Everybody, one by home, so, yeah, give me a one, you're very cool.
Yes.
And so, the announced why I'm inclined.
You know, be any answer. Not baby.
Fancy, a man
Fanta 4 days.
Was it?
Only day Fanta 4 days, but 1 years. Now you want to say, oh, even deeper. The numbers are Fanta 4 or Nipano, a dozen Fanta 4.
So I'm not saying that for once I didn't know you know when what you're tuned for. When you say, oh, Nana, different money for power. What did you money
for? Different money for power.
And now, if I say my consonant, I acrobat. We are kind of saying, Mammy.
Well, we expect that the president should take some sanctions and also should be interested in the matter. I mean, any question taking it lightly. Senior, maybe I say, because you be so memoir, it starts with something small. Starting with make it where be something that you might think say something that you think that we can even sweep it under the carpet. But out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. This is a biblical quotation that makes me feel. So, and some of my way about the Cassassin Wino, and Japan Comodina Coso on other, or if you like, in other spheres, and I say other quarters are union. A Japan Comodina and Air Coso, and I said, even Comodina, I see a man Coso, and into Biasada, so as someone who, because a faculty 2 years said, so that we can find a level playful to be able to advance that conversation. And you shouldn't take it lightly. Well, I think that the president should be interested in making sure that no more we uncle. So yes, identity move about Ghana. Say identity move super Ghana. It means that we will not have a stable democracy because we share on my way move. In fact, even with Nyankasame Party, New Patriotic Party, most of these parties were formed on the basis of ethnic groups. You know, share the history of MPP. The Modern People's Party at the time, Law People's Party at the time, Asante People's Party, will be and never together to form the United People's Party. So what that means is that if that is the level, and I said that is the kind of line it will bring, and I said to generate to resurrect that kind of tribal sentiment, and even in our political atmosphere, which will not augur well for us. And also in this year, there was on the phone. Oh, on the phone. There were all the other kind of part transparency. The same thing happens to even in MPP. In MPP, there were all kinds of people in there. Today, in fact, as far as the 2024 elections are concerned, the person that we fronted only for the first time that